Live from the Valley, it's your host, former Miss USA, Nia Sanchez.
Hey, baby. Okay, welcome to the Hold My Crown podcast, where we dive into life, pageants, reality TV, parenting, and so much more. Join us for special guests from your favorite reality shows and some of my very good friends, other beauty queens. This is Hold My Crown.
Hold my crown.
Hello. Welcome back to the Hold My Crown podcast. I am so glad you are here and hanging out with us. Whether you are doing some grocery shopping, hanging out, doing your morning routine, you're hanging with us. And today we are talking about a day in the life, surviving a day in the life with 3 under 3. It used to be 3 under 2, as Daniel's famous tagline is from the Valley. 3 under 2, 3 under 2. But we are now in the season of 3 under 3. And I never thought I would say it, but I think it's more wild than 3 under 2. Like 3 under 2 is a lot, and 3 under 3 is actually way more intense because of the ages of our children. What do you think?
Hey,
baby?
What's up, guys?
Hi, welcome.
I'm here too.
Daniel's here too.
Hey, thanks for the introduction. I'm on this podcast.
Okay,
too.
pause. My sexy, handsome husband is here. Welcome, Daniel Bucco.
Well, thank you.
There
Thank
we go.
you.
Start
Yes,
it over.
Daniel Bucco, Danny Bucco, Mr. Awesome. Any of those you can call
Father
me.
of the year, number one dad in the group.
This is true. All the things. Yeah. Agreed. 3 under 3. I said 3 under 2 a lot on the Valley.
Right?
You think I'm going to be saying 3 under 3 a lot on season 2?
I mean, I feel like it's a drinking game. And any time that you get that line put in the show, because you said it probably 20 more times than actually made the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was his tagline, walking into any group setting. Hey, guys, 3 under 2. We're here. We're ready. Like, he would always say it. Yeah.
You got to give me a problem? 3 under 2, dude. 3
Exactly.
under 2. So, yeah, Mr. Jax, you have a problem with me
stop
saying
it.
3 under 2 all the time? You're about to hear 3 under 3, double, triple time.
Triple time, because we got 3 under 3. Okay,
Ooh,
so
good.
Yes, there we go. We are.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about a few things within our daily routine, what it looks like, what a morning looks like, what getting out for an activity looks like. We're also talking a bit about like how life was when we were filming, but also what life is going to look like filming with 3 under 3. And I feel like there was a little bit more, and we'll get into it later, but it was just, we'll get into just a bit in this podcast, but I feel like it's going to be more intense because when the babies were small, you could just bring them anywhere. They're like little cute little nuggets.
And they slept all the time.
Now they walk. They crawl. Well, they don't walk yet. They're going to probably,
walking.
they might be walking. They might take their first steps on camera.
Wow.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Oh, because they're like, they would be right in that age range when we start filming.
Oh, they're
close.
Dang, these phrases. They're eating at the bit. What is it? Juliana, what is it? Chomping at no.
It is. That's it.
They're chomping at the bit.
For what?
To get those feet a walking.
To walk. They are standing. They are cruising.
Yes, they grab anything and just walk while holding on to things.
Right. But let's kind of get into this episode in order of what is planned. And we will talk about our upcoming season of the Valley and how that's all going to work with our daily routine. But let's tell you what it looks like right now and then what we envision it looking like then.
Doggy.
Daniel is a working actor, a working voice actor, a husband, a father. Like his life is so busy. And then same with mine, pageant coaching, I'm doing so much social media work, which I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
Wife, mama.
Best wife, best mama.
That's sweet. Because I was just going to say, do you feel like I dropped the ball or either? Because I feel like, how do you make everything? How do we? I don't even know how we make everything work. For example, last night I had planned to get home because I'm also trying to balance a social life. So get home from my book club and I planned to sit down on the couch and work on a social media project that I had to edit until whenever it was done. And at 10:30, I pulled the plug. Is that what it is? The phrase?
Yep.
I pulled the plug and I said, you know what? I got 3 kids. They're going to have me up who knows when. in the morning, I am so tired. I'm just going to go to bed. But then I dropped the ball on the social media job that was due by end of day, and I didn't get it done because I was choosing sleep. It's like, I don't know if it really is possible to do it all. I wonder.
But you did get it done. You didn't lose.
No, it's just going to be late. I didn't lose the job, but I typically try not to turn in my work late because it's not professional.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be professional,
right?
And
but
keep
how
the relationships going?
That's the first question.
Should we go into? Is that the first question?
I mean, it's not. But
are we going to go into our daily routine?
Okay, let's start with daily routine. I just kind of got off on like a tangent because how does anybody balance it all? Is it possible? I don't think it is. 3? I don't think it's possible to balance it all.
I think what people do is what we don't is they drop their kids off at daycare.
Right. But we do have a nanny.
Right. Yeah, but that's different. We're still in the house with the kids.
Children in the house, yeah.
And every time they see us, they're like, Daddy, Daddy, Mommy,
Of course,
Mommy.
because we're their parents.
Right.
Let's go into the morning routine first.
Okay.
So
morning routine.
You break down what our morning routine
Here's the deal.
3 under 3 looks like right now.
Because we don't have 9 to 5s. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're very different in that way to where we can actually have a routine. So we're trying. You have a routine, but you know the phrase. Here we go again. I got it. You have a plan until you get punched in the face. That right?
Okay.
That's Mike Tyson.
Is it?
Yeah, you have a game plan until you get hit in the face.
I like that one.
And then,
that's a good
one. Your plan just changed.
Exactly. We get punched in the face every day by our children.
3 kids and my wife.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bruises, makeup.
Never.
You did kick me the other day.
No.
So So our routine is this. Okay. Right now.
Hold on. Before you go, I want you to do the full routine. I just want to reiterate that I do want our episodes to have takeaways. So with what we've set up, hopefully whether you have 3 under 3 or you just have small children, 1, 2, 3, hopefully our routine can help you a little bit because we've worked really hard. It is not perfect. It is literally SHIT hitting the fan right now. But we do have a general plan. So this is our plan. Ready, set, take it away.
Boom. And this is the plan. And you can agree with this. I am very big on consistency and sleep training and, doing
gentle sleep training, just to be clear.
Training
yes.
To compromise. Marriage is compromise.
Yes.
Happy wife, happy life.
Mm-hmm.
That's next to it's on my nightstand. That's what I wake up to every morning.
He literally has a sign on his nightstand that says happy wife, happy life.
Happy life.
I'm going to have to get a link for all the men to be able to shop that for themselves.
Mm-hmm. So this is the game plan. Depending on who has the bigger work day, that's kind of how it works. So our babies get up right now at 6 a.m. We're trying to get them to sleep till 7 a.m., but they get up at 6. They go down at 7. They get up at 6 clockwork. Isabel, 5:50. So whoever has the least work day is on baby duty. They get up with the babies for hour to an hour and a half. Asher gets up at 7:30, and so one person has 2, and then the third. We give each other grace to sleep until 7:30, 8 o'clock max for the person who has work.
You let me sleep till 8:30 the other night or morning.
Who knows? We don't know what's happening.
Is it daytime? Is it nighttime? Who knows? No, you did let me sleep to 8:30, although Asher did come in the room 3 times.
But on my work days where I have a big voiceover job or whatever, and it's a morning job, I got to get up at 5:36 anyway.
I just have the responsibility.
You just have the responsibility of taking care of the kids. I'm a type of person where I'm not a get up and go type of guy.
Right.
You're a get up and go type of person. I need to have my coffee. I need to have relax and breathing exercises, wake up my brain, get a good workout in.
He's got a full 2-hour morning routine.
I got a routine just to make sure, because my job is very, mentally, help me out here.
Taxing.
Mm-hmm. and memorization of lines and doing multiple voices and these types of things, and it's a lot of improv. So my brain has to be working, which it isn't right now.
Needs to be working.
It needs to be going on all four cylinders. Full cylinders. All cylinders need to be pumping.
Full
okay.
Speed ahead.
So that's kind of the situation. So when I get up though, and I don't have to work, this is what I do. I wake up. I'm with the babies for an hour. I make them bottles, and then around 7:30 when Asher wakes up, I'm with Asher and the babies. Then I make everyone breakfast, including my amazing wife.
I sure do get breakfast in bed a few days a week.
Oh, more than a few days a week, homie. I'm making you breakfast. There was a while there I was making you breakfast every single morning.
When I was pregnant with twins and shortly after I gave birth.
And when you were going through the postpartum.
Yeah.
So do that, and then it's for me. It's get a workout in. I got to get a workout in, and I don't have the luxury of going to the gym really anymore.
We went yesterday.
Exactly. Do you want to explain how getting out of the door, going to the gym looks
okay.
like
So
real quick
Daniel
before
talked
we go
about
into yours?
The general morning routine. That's like wake up. And one thing I don't know if you said, maybe I mentioned it, is that we trade off every other day. We do our best to do that. So if there's no specific work thing, we do a trade off. So yesterday Daniel woke up with the kids. Today I woke up with the kids. Tomorrow Daniel's waking up with the kids. Next day we're both going to be up because we're going to Disney. So getting out the door is wild. We are almost always 30 minutes late. So I almost always try to get us plan to be out the door 30 minutes earlier than we need to. And when I hear Daniel say, we don't need to leave till 8 to be there by 8:30, I'm like, no, we got to aim for 7:15. We need to plan a lot of cushion time, because I calculate for how many children we have, 10 minutes for every kid. So if we're trying to get out the door with Asher, we need to give ourselves a 10, 15-minute cushion window. If we're trying to get out the girl with the twins, 20-minute cushion window. All three, 30 minutes, period, because we're always running late, and I don't like that. It is unfortunately just life, because even the other day we were trying to get out the door and someone had a poopy diaper, so we have to stop everything and change diapers. It's a whole situation, but that
was me.
Okay, so tips that can help people.
It was a shirt. It was not. It wasn't a. It was just something. I had a little slimming tea the night before, and I didn't think anything was going to come out. And I wasn't wearing a diaper, but I did have to wash my underwear.
You're admitting to slimming tea, on a public podcast.
Occasionally, you need a little something extra to get the things flowing. You know what I'm saying? What up?
Okay. I haven't had slimming tea in so long because of pregnancy and postpartum. I just don't want to mess with anything. I don't take almost any medications. It's the whole thing. But Daniel loves a good slimming tea. How many times a week would you say?
Jeez, oh, Pete, I hadn't taken it in months. I hadn't taken it in months.
Keep it 100.
I hadn't taken it in months. And this past week, I was like, you know what? I got to start getting back in routine of eating right. And
so let me jumpstart it with some slimming tea.
Let me jumpstart, just doing a little cleanse. Just cleaning out the colon.
Ain't nothing wrong with a cleanse. Okay. Like I said.
Except the colonic or one thing that you brought me to, one thing in my life that I'm scarred for life. And I will never do that again.
I hope.
And you made it all you're going to lose 4 pounds of poop that's always sticking up in your intestines. She brings me into this place in Vegas, and the lady's in the room with me the whole time talking while water is being pumped into my colon through this plug of anus. And then you have to release it, and then just brown liquid comes out, and you see it happening. And she's just talking to you like,
you're supposed to be relaxed without anybody in the room.
And
but
she like knew like you must have told her I was an actor or something. She was asking me about my roles and things, and I got my legs spread. I'm like, I got a sheet over the thing, but my legs, it's like I'm on a birthing table with a tube up my butthole.
I can't breathe.
I couldn't believe it. It was the most violating thing ever. And
I've had a few colonics. They're great.
And I didn't even lose any weight. I felt so bloated after.
They're great. If you've never had a colonic,
moving on.
You need a relaxing environment. Read a magazine.
Wrong.
And you just get a good
They
cleanse.
sell it so well.
Yeah, it's great.
But this lady stayed in the room with me the entire time.
That's not supposed to happen.
Just like wanting to shoot the SHIT. And it literally was shooting. The shit was shooting.
I think
while we were shooting the shit.
I think I like delirious Danny. Just bring you in half awake to podcast.
I don't like morning podcasts. This isn't right.
Okay. Back to getting out the door. And speaking of that, I do, like I've said so many times, I want people to have good takeaways. So something that does help us for me is I pack our diaper bag the night before 90% of the time. That helps. I usually pack and prepare all the food if we're going out for like a chunk of the day and we need snacks the night before, and we bring a separate like cooler bag because we have 3 children that are snacking. So we put fruit and string cheese and sandwiches and whatever, like those little pouches of like applesauce stuff. We get it all packed the night before, so that really helps. If I'm on my A game, I prepare the strollers, I prepare bottles, I prepare clothes and change of clothes they're wearing out the door and change of clothes all the night before. Usually those last few things happen the morning of because it's just exhausting to do all of that work all the time. Like I remember a life where I could just say, babe, I'm going to go get my nails done and grab my purse and walk out the door. But that is no longer my life.
That life is over.
That life is over. Long gone.
I remember I say, I'm going to go to the gym whenever I want. Oh, maybe I'll go to the gym again later.
Good thing we have 2 great workout machines in our home. Lots of weights. We have like those push-up thing. Daniel can work out at home. He's got a pull-up bar.
I do. I have
every day.
to.
You
but
do.
I know. But, the best thing, you always get a better workout if you're at the gym.
I agree. But at least you can work out at home.
I know. Well, I do what I got to do.
You do.
Yeah.
All right. So that's getting out the door. Then it's just like the longest thing ever, getting all the kids in the strollers and then getting them down. Asher has to push the button to the elevator.
He does.
If you push it, he freaks out.
It's a meltdown.
Okay.
And the girls, right when you go, it's the last thing to do is get the girls in the stroller because
you can't put them in too early or else they'll start crying.
Right.
Yeah.
It's madness, guys. It's madness.
Yeah.
And, we do have a very strong marriage and we do communicate well. But there are some times where we are yelling some things out.
I wouldn't say yelling. I would say we speak sharply to each other, and I don't like that. But
yeah, I hate it. But it can be.
It happens.
It can be very stressful.
It can be very stressful,
and it's hard to have the grace of Jesus.
Okay,
sometimes.
One thing that our therapist said that I would like to actually start working on again is she was like, when you're speaking to each other, think about your partner's inner child, because like the way that you speak to a child, like Asher, like with love and kindness and gentleness, sometimes with other adults, especially those closest to us, we can just get like short and snappy and irritated. And it's like, if you slow down and you really think about like the inner child of that person and you're speaking kindly to that inner child with your request or what you want, that can be so helpful. And I definitely have not done that, but I really want us to both try to focus on that because I feel like we need to slow down and speak kinder to each other sometimes.
Speak to baby Danny.
Little Danny.
Speak to little Danny. And in the bedroom is Daddy Danny.
Oh
okay,
my
just
gosh.
Don't get it twisted with that. Don't get it twisted. even going to air.
Yes. Okay. 2 more subjects, and then we'll wrap up with questions. Okay?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Wait, did we even go through the routine of the day? We just did our morning routine. How about nighttime routine right now with what's been happening with our boy who now can climb out of the crib?
This is the last general subject that we're talking about. No, you can talk about it. I'm just going to preface. This is the last general subject. We'll talk about the Valley a little bit and how our life will look while filming. And then we'll do some fan questions and then we'll wrap it up. So nighttime routine is insane. And we actually were supposed to talk about a better nighttime routine on the drive to record this podcast. We did not do that.
Because we've been dealing with something new the past
Tell him, baby, because I bet you a lot of people have been dealing with the same thing.
Oh, I know. Well, first of all, we've had a great nighttime routine.
Great.
It is crazy, but we boom to boom to boom to boom. Girls are down. Boom to boom. Asher's in bed. We're
boom
good.
To boom. Yep.
Boom to boom. So, a couple days ago, we put Asher down, and all of a sudden, we hear boom, 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 boom. Running.
Pitter-patter.
Running. And there's Asher out of his crib. And we have a sleep pod that we put
slumber
over.
Pod.
Yeah, yeah. So we're like, how did he even get out of that thing?
Right.
You zip it up, but you can still see it. It gets airflow, all the stuff. But he is now climbing over the crib in the sleep pod, then lifting up the sleep pod
and climbing out
and escaping. And he knows how to do it now.
Well, because I think it's my fault.
What?
Yeah, because I was too lazy to put him in his crib one day. Because when he does quiet...
Consistency.
No, not for bedtime. Not for bedtime. But because when he is a little overstimulated or overwhelmed, we say, okay, let's do some quiet time in your crib. And he wanted to get into his crib, but I was doing something with the girls. So I said, honey, can you try to crawl into your crib? So he climbed in.
My gosh.
And then he wanted out. And I was like, honey, can you try to climb out the same way you climbed in? And so he would have never known if I had not encouraged him to just do it by himself. I wanted him to be independent. But that has extremely backfired. If you are listening and you have a child that is in a crib that could crawl out, never teach them. I'm telling you.
This has been happening for 2 or 3 days.
3 days.
And you now just tell me this?
I'm sorry.
With everybody?
Everybody that's listening.
I'm finding out with everybody?
Yes. Lo siento. So finish the nighttime routine so that we can move on to the Valley and fan questions.
So there is no nighttime routine right now with this boy. We try to get him down. I try to sing him a song, or tell him a story, do anything, and then he'd just, pass out, or he would, tell his stuffies a story or something. Now he is getting out of the bed. Last night was Game 7 of the Stanley Cup. Florida won, and the third period was on, and I wasn't going to miss it. Because he wanted me to hold his hand. So I said, okay, you're getting out. We're watching some hockey together, but we're snuggling on the couch. You can go to sleep. It didn't end up happening. We actually did fall asleep eventually.
Yeah.
No, I put him back in the crib. Then he got back out after the game, got back out again, and then we snuggled, and then we both passed out. And then you came home, and you got him.
I got him in the crib. He stayed in the crib until about 11 p.m.
Says I'm
and
in bed,
as I'm washing my
sleeping.
face, and I was tired. I didn't save and finish my work. So as I'm washing my face, I hear a pitter-patter of feet coming down the hallway. Our little boy, eyes half awake, half closed, rubbing his eyes.
So he
Mommy,
slept.
I'm awake. Mommy, I'm awake.
So you let him sleep in the bed all night with us?
I put him back in his bed. I held his hand. I sang a song. I told him it's time to go to sleep. I'll see him in the morning.
Let's get this moving. It didn't work.
And then he came in bed with us.
Came back in bed.
Yeah.
And I had a knee and a foot on my neck and my spine.
Yeah,
So
Daniel left the bed.
I ended up going to the couch.
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't happening. I got to get some type of sleep.
But my little
Which
2-year-old boy
obviously
snuggles
I
were very
have
sweet.
got such good sleep.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, how is life going to be different when we're filming?
People that are listening, get in the comment section. You guys got any tips on this stuff? Because right now
We'll take all the
he's 2 and a
tips.
half. He gets out of his crib. He can't stay in there anymore. What do we do?
He's not in a real bedroom. So we can't even say like, at least stay in your room, but keep
Well,
the door closed.
Well, if we were moving
Honey, we
to
don't-
Santa Clarita,
Okay.
we
Yep.
would have 5 bedrooms.
All right. I would like you in
And
under
he'd have his own bedroom.
2 minutes to tell us how life will be different while filming season 2 of The Valley. And then we're going to answer a few questions and wrap it up.
With the babies, with 3 and a 3.
Yeah.
Jeesh. Yeah, like we touched on, the girls were sleeping most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are up, active, moving, doing all the things. They're the cutest things in the world.
They're
I'm
so cute.
absolutely obsessed with my kids. They're just the best. Asher's going to steal the show every time he's on camera. I don't even know how they're going to have him on camera because he's just so cute.
He is
And
so
his
cute.
voice and his
Yeah.
so handsome.
So smart.
And the girls are just hilarious. And the girls may be working on a new show while
Fingers
we're
crossed.
doing The Valley.
I keep getting nervous that they're going to book someone else.
It's okay. If that happens, it happens. It's the business. And if that doesn't happen, another door will probably open. And we really got to get Asher back on. Maybe that'll be something too. Maybe we'll get Asher back or start to see if he wants to because he keeps saying he wants to.
Oh my
he
gosh.
wants to be a voice actor. He wants to be an actor. He wants to be all
Asher
the stuff Daddy's
on
doing.
Father's Day was on stage with Daniel, and then the next weekend at church, he kept telling me, I want to go on stage with Daddy. I want to go on stage with Daddy. Like, he loves being on stage. He was telling us after how he said, I said, my name is Asher, and everybody clapped. Like, he just like, I'm like, oh boy, it makes me a little nervous.
Thing. I said, Asher, you want to say Happy Father's Day? And he goes, Happy Father's Day, my dudes.
And everybody loved it. And then he loved that everybody loved it. It was so cute.
He's a natural.
So yeah, it's just going to be a lot more to juggle filming.
It
I do hope we can have some family come and stay with us because childcare was so expensive last time we were filming, and it's only going to be more expensive, needing it even more now that we have kids bigger.
Yeah.
But I want to do these questions and we can wrap it up real quick. So I'm just going to kind of go down the line, anything that kind of is relevant to this. Let's see. We have Ward Liz 12267 and Styled by Marlene both want to know, are we going to have any more babies? Watch season 2 and find out.
What?
I feel like that's going to be a conversation topic on season 2.
Yeah. I can't believe it's actually going to be a conversation starter.
Really?
But I feel like it is going to be because I can't believe how adamant you are about wanting another.
We always said we'll have 2 or 4. We never, ever said we were going to have 3.
Yeah, but our life with 3, again.
It could
one
be
baby is
perfectly-
1 baby. 2 babies is 5 babies. 3 kids is 9,476 babies with a donkey living in your house.
Yeah,
and
it's
that
a
is
lot.
what it feels like. Did you see what we woke up to this morning?
I did.
It looked like a bomb went off in
I
our
normally
entire
clean
house.
every night for hours, but I didn't do that last night because I was
And I
tired.
don't do that too.
We do a
We
10-minute
do a
tidy
10-minute
together.
pickup.
Yes.
Okay, don't get it twisted. And who did all the dishes this morning and cleaned everything and made breakfast and
Lizard
spoke love
217.
language.
How do you guys make time for each other? We need to make more time for each other.
We do.
Little things. So here's a little tip for me, at least, and like my love languages. Even little moments mean a lot. So while we're filming this podcast on the way here, I had said, hey, maybe after we can just stop by a local coffee shop and get a little chai tea together and just have a moment, even if it's just 10 minutes, where it's like intentional, positive time where we're not focused on the kids, we're not focused on work. We can just have like time just for each other. So if you're in the thick of it and if it is wild, like our life is right now with balancing work, friendships, our own relationships with our children, and all of that, take small moments. And something else that I really want to do, because we're people of faith, is I want to, and we've done it a bit here and there, but I want to get more consistent, is have like God time together in the morning.
Yeah.
And I also want our children to see that. So I want to create a space where it's like mommy and daddy are having God time, whether they're reading a Bible or doing a devotional together. And I want our kids to see that as an example, but I also want that for us to start our day together. So little moments.
Yeah.
And then trying to do regular date nights is something we were doing and we just haven't done in a while.
Yeah. Just been so busy. But I have been, this has just been on my heart so much lately, is because it's so easy to just kids, 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 kids. That's the focus. Like we have so much to do, so much to do, so much to do. And the best way to raise your kids is to have a healthy marriage.
Yeah.
And have them see a healthy marriage.
Yeah.
So when we're on the same page, and some days we're not on the same page, we're not even in the same book, is getting back to that, which I feel like we do really well. I think I bring it back a lot for us.
We both do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do way more.
Lauren.Wagner.
What up, Lauren.Wagner?
Any tips for going back to work from maternity leave? I feel like my postpartum depression is just setting in. That's so hard. It literally makes me want to cry reading that. Like,
we're praying for you.
Yeah. Oh, I could cry right now.
You're going to get through this.
Support. Having a support system is just so important. So knowing who your people are, and if you feel like, oh, I don't even know if I can identify my people, having your partner or your mom like help you identify people, and not just your immediate circle of like your partner, your mom, your dad, your in-laws, but like friends. And then also like if you're doing breastfeeding, like pumping milk ahead of time and setting it aside, but also don't be letting that stress you out. Know that formula is okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. And it's a way to relieve yourself of stress and pump when you can, if that's what you're doing. And then something that I've shared before, but just to reiterate, I have seen, like people have said, there's been studies that the total amount of quality time that a child needs to have like their love tank filled, especially small children at that age, is only 20 minutes a day. Like that's mind blowing. Of course, more time the better. But if you can spend 20 minutes of quality time in the morning or at night around your work schedule with your child, like you are investing your like self with them. Yeah. And then the most important times of the days are when they wake up in the morning and when they go to bed. So if you can even pick one of those and be able to be there for the first like 5 to 8 minutes after they wake up or before they go to bed, those things will leave a lasting impact. So you don't have to do it all. Yeah. But if you can do 20 minutes, that's huge. Let's do a few more kid ones and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, this person, Jenny May Metz says, hi, I want to know your feeding and newborn journey with 3 under 3. I have an 8-week-old. I have 8-week-old twins and a toddler. So
ooh, you're like us.
We've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
welcome to chaos.
I think I knew that the first 6 months before the girls started eating was going to be like, I'm attached to a pump or they are attached to my boobs. And so it's just like knowing that that's the reality and having the support for it. Mm-hmm. So Daniel, every single time that I sat down to feed the girls, would make sure I had food or water or both. He would always ask, like, what can I get you? What do you need? So having people in your life be on the same page with that is really important. And then having the other people take care of the toddler because it's a full-time job to breastfeed. Some babies need milk like every 1.5 to like 3 hours to do that all the time constantly. And then they feed for like 30 minutes at a time. So you don't feel like you get that big of a break. So just having people to support you while you're doing it. Yeah.
Double fisting.
What?
Double fisting.
Yes. Like double football holds.
Football hold.
Yes, exactly. Let's see. We'll end on this one. And then I can do some of these just responding on Instagram. But this is from Lauren Malunos. And
that's all right. We know Lauren.
I know. That's why I said it. She said, okay, we want a play-by-play of his vocal warm-ups. Go. We'll end this way.
My vocal warm-ups?
Give us a few, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
Just jump right into it. You got this. Next.
Unique New York, New York unique. You know New York's unique. And you can put your knuckle in there, and it really accentuates the enunciation. Unique New York, New York unique. You know New York's unique. Unique New York, New York unique. You know New York's unique. See how much more enunciated it is after you do that? You get your lips to work around it.
I definitely need that because I mumble. I'm such a great podcaster. I definitely mumble. I hear it on the show, and I'm like, oh, it's happening again. So I need to start doing some vocal warm-ups with you before we record.
I was just getting started.
Let's do this. Actually, one more. No, I hate that one. I hate that one. Last one is actually from our sister-in-law, Jessica Sanchez, Jess Sanchez, 1029. And it's, I never noticed that the numbers at the end. I think that's their wedding anniversary, right? 1029. That's cute.
Sure.
How are you feeling as season 2 is about to start filming? So let's wrap it up with talking about how we're feeling about season 2. I am excited and apprehensive. I think that's just natural, because there's so many great things like, we could do this, like things I would want to do with our friends anyway, as like friend groups, and especially as like a girl, like we're going to be spending time with the girls. Honestly, I know like there's some of the guys you get along with, but then I feel like there's some guys that haven't been as like quality friends for you.
Yeah.
And that makes me apprehensive because I'm like, if we cut back a year and a half ago, great friendships.
Yeah.
And then like now it feels a little bit different on the guy side. For the girl side, I actually feel closer to some of the girls than I even did before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are we going to Vegas for Brittany's? Like, she's single, ready to mingle. Like, what are we doing? I don't know what's going to be happening, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's exciting. And also, I don't know.
Are we going to do it?
I don't know.
We have a meeting coming up soon.
I think we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, to have, one of who you thought was your closest friend on there.
Yeah.
Try to stir stuff up and insinuate things that aren't true. And try to stir the pot, which he thinks is for the show, but is, doing blatant lies. It's hurtful. And friends just don't do that. And we need to have that conversation. I mean, I would like to have that conversation. That may happen on season 2, but I hope it happens before. Because I don't like conflict. I don't like feeling like, this way. And I don't like what he's doing and putting out there now because it ain't cool.
Ain't cool.
And not just me, like about our marriage and stuff. It's just like, come on, dude.
Bye, Felicia. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
That's
not a friend.
No, absolutely not. Let's wrap up with a note to all of the fellow parents out there, whether you have 3 under 2, 3 under 3, or 1 or 2. It's hard at any stage. I remember struggling so much with just 1.
Just 1.
And so I don't like to ever be like, oh, we have it harder, you have 1. No, it's hard at any stage. So if you're a parent out there, we're sending you so much love. You can do this.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Every day.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And on that note,
yes, you can.
We will end the podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening to Hold My Crown. We love you.
Hold My Crown.
See you next week.
We're praying for you guys. You can do this.
Subscribe, like, share, tag us on Instagram.
Pray for us. We need help.
Yes. Bye, guys. See you next week.